Welcome, curious minds. I'm Dr. Michael, and you've just stepped into the perfect place to uncover the greatest discoveries, inventions, and stories that shaped human history. Here, we explore the breakthroughs that changed the world, one brilliant idea at a time. Who knows what new worlds Christopher Columbus might have found if America had not blocked his path? This reflection, attributed to the English writer Jonathan Swift, highlights the unexpected nature of the discovery of the New World. In 1492, the Genoese navigator Christopher Columbus set sail with the intent of finding an alternative route to the Indies. However, his journey led him to a continent unknown to Europeans, marking a crucial moment in the history of exploration. The 15th century was an era of great explorations, made possible by the use of new ships, such as caravels, and the adoption of advanced navigation tools. The Portuguese were among the first to undertake voyages across the Atlantic, supported by Prince Henry the Navigator. Their expeditions aimed at two main objectives: obtaining gold, pepper, and ivory from Africa, and discovering a maritime passage to Asia to trade spices. In 1487, Bartholomew Dias successfully rounded the Cape of Good Hope, opening the way to India. Shortly after, in 1498, Vasco da Gama reached Calicut, establishing the first maritime connection between Europe and Asia. Towards the end of the 15th century, Spain also decided to enter the race for exploration. The monarchs Isabella of Castile and Ferdinand of Aragon financed Columbus' project, which aimed to reach Asia by sailing westward. Columbus was inspired by Marco Polo's The Travels of Marco Polo and theories about the Earth's sphericity. In 1492, he departed from the Canary Islands with 3 ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. However, he was unaware that his calculations on the distance between Europe and Asia were incorrect, and that he would instead discover an entirely new continent. After a journey lasting about 2 months, the crew began to lose faith. It is said that on October 10, 1492, a mutiny nearly broke out, but Columbus managed to quell it by promising to turn back if land was not sighted within a few days. On October 12, the expedition landed on an island in what is now the Bahamas, which Columbus named San Salvador. Without realizing he had reached a new continent, Columbus also explored Cuba and Haiti, which he called Hispaniola. In January 1493, he left a group of men on site and returned to Spain. Columbus undertook a total of 4 voyages, spreading information about the Indios, the inhabitants of the newly discovered lands. He described them as people living without laws, kings, or private property. This contributed to the creation of the image of the savage, a primitive man still living in a state of nature. From the discovered territories, gold and new products such as corn, tomatoes, cocoa, potatoes, and tobacco began to arrive in Europe, transforming European diets and economies. It was the Florentine navigator Amerigo Vespucci, between 1497 and 1502, who realized that these lands were not part of Asia, but rather a new continent. In his honor, the continent was named America. During his voyages, he explored the coasts of Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Cuba, and Venezuela. The discovery of America had profound political, economic, and social consequences. It led to the rise of major colonial powers such as Spain, France, England, the Netherlands, and Portugal. Trade routes shifted towards the Atlantic, enriching Europeans, but also leading to the destruction of indigenous civilizations such as the Aztecs and the Incas. America became a new frontier for exploration and trade, but also a scene of violent conquest and exploitation. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on the history of everyday inventions.